Ryan Garcia by far is the biggest story of 2024, and the story only gets bigger because this week Ryan Garcia actually took things probably too far. Like, I don't think there is now a single human on earth that would ever defend Ryan Garcia. Like, it has gotten to that point. Going on now racist rants.
I'm anti-black.
Ryan Garcia started his career once being an up-and-coming prospect praised by the boxing community to now being scarily similar to your local 7-Eleven crackhead. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Ryan. There's a lot of unconfirmed things, but I want to talk about what's been going on this week, as well as, you know, his brother's fight and some crazy stuff that has been going on. Guys, I have now made a few videos about the Ryan Garcia situation, but I gotta say, I hope this is one of the last ones, because yeah, this is definitely a cry for help. Like, somebody needs to do something in all seriousness. But guys, we're gonna talk about him. Before we do, guys, I want to remind you guys to subscribe, like, comment, share, guys. We're almost at 13K, guys. You guys have been killing it with the support recently. Let's get into it, guys. Let's just say you guys have been living under a rock for the past 6 months or so. Here's what has happened. Ryan Garcia ended last year with a win against Oscar Duarte and immediately went into a fight with Devin Haney, but it seemed kind of strange because Ryan Garcia was going into that fight acting very weird, clearly still drinking alcohol, still partying, and maybe on some other substances, as well as just acting not himself. Like, it was clear that this was a very different Ryan Garcia that we've ever seen before. Ryan Garcia just seemed off, and I know that this guy has struggled with mental health issues in the past, and I want to get into all of the layers because this is a super sensitive subject with so many different layers. But Ryan Garcia, against all odds, against even me saying, yeah, that this fight shouldn't happen, Ryan Garcia goes out there and beats Devin Haney. Of course, it later gets revealed that Ryan Garcia tested positive for a banned substance. Now, I've talked about on the channel before, do I think it's on purpose? Do I not think? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he had a banned substance, and that is just not allowed, and the fight should be a no contest. There's a reason these things are banned, right? If it doesn't make a difference, why take them? You know what I mean? I understand that Ryan is saying that he had a tainted supplement, and I know a lot of people have come out saying, yeah, that this is true. I also said this from the get-go. I said I don't think that Ryan Garcia would just take Ostarine, one of the more highly tested substances you can take in combat sports. But regardless, I don't want to say that to defend him because Ryan Garcia doesn't need defending. Devin Haney's the one that got cheated. But yeah, so now we're at a point where Ryan Garcia is now suspended from boxing for a year and has tested positive for all these banned substances and also got that win removed from his record, and Devin Haney is now undefeated again. And yeah, Ryan Garcia is just going through a loop right now, and I gotta say, I think that this is a perfect context to what is going to happen next. We started off this week with Ryan Garcia's father coming out of the woodworks asking for Ryan Garcia to go to rehab, saying that he did not talk to Ryan Garcia recently, saying that he hasn't talked to Ryan recently, and pleading with him through social media to contact him or go to rehab.
Well, I haven't spoken to Ryan in a long time. What I'm seeing is that I would love for him to get some type of therapy when it comes to his drinking. You know, I mean, I'm being real. You know, he says he can control it. Well, I hope he can. But if he doesn't, that's what I'm talking about.
And this is just genuinely heartbreaking to see. Like, this is literally his own father going through social media because that's the only way he is able to contact Ryan. That is how off the deep end Ryan is right now. So he's literally pleading with him through social media. And look, I hate to be this guy. I've said this from the beginning. Where was Ryan Garcia's father before the Devin Haney fight? And I know you guys are thinking now, well, Ryan won the fight. What was the big deal, Jack? At the end of the day, the writing was on the wall. Nobody thought Ryan was going to win this fight. I highly doubt his father thought he was going to win this fight. But where were these public outcries before the fight, right? Where was this asking for the fight to be shut down? But instead, everybody acted so selfishly through this process. Oscar De La Hoya, his own father, like, these people should be out there taking care of Ryan. And I'm not even trying to defend Ryan here, but all I'm trying to say is, guys, at the end of the day, this guy is clearly suffering from some sort of mental disorder. There should be people out there looking for his best interest. Clearly, he is not in the correct state of mind to be making any decisions, and that's just clear. And I don't want to make this into a whole rant about, you know, just mental health in America and just the flawed system. But there's a lot of things fraud in the system, right? I mean, it is extremely hard to get somebody actually hospitalized, right? Because at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is an adult. He's supposed to make these decisions. So it's not as easy as a lot of people might think, and I do get that. But at the same time, I think Henry could have had the power to say, hey, let's stop this fight and publicly come out and ask for this, right? I think that probably would have gotten at least some sort of traction, or at least try something. And look, I know we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I keep going on. But it doesn't end there. After this, Ryan Garcia, you know, just goes silent, ignores these calls from his own father, and goes on to have one of the worst days in his professional career. And I hope this is his worst day, because I would hate to imagine what else worse he could do than this. Ryan Garcia went on Twitter making racist remarks, clearly on alcohol, something that his father said that Ryan Garcia could not stop and not control. And Ryan goes on Twitter Spaces making comments about George Floyd and basically just, you know, kind of mocking his death. And look, I'm not at all going to even touch the political stuff in this, but I do know that there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, George Floyd was a bad guy. Regardless, it's just fucked up to just joke about someone's death on Twitter, especially a death that, you know, obviously signifies a lot of stuff with BLM stuff. Just straight up saying the N-word and saying that he is part of the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm KKK, nigga. I hate nigga.
Like, Ryan Garcia was actually out of his mind. Like, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I did not really keep in the loop with it. It was on 4th of July. It was a busy day. I did know we said certain things, but then researching it for this video, I was like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy, the stuff that he was saying. But then Ryan goes on this massive Twitter rant, and then the next day, you know, the talks of rehab start to surface, and it seemed like there might be a chance that this guy might go to rehab. But if you've been following along to the Ryan Garcia story this whole year, you guys will know that, yeah, this is not what happened. Ryan Garcia did not go to rehab, and instead skipped it to go to his brother's fight. Now, just to add a little bit of context, Ryan Garcia's brother, Sean Garcia, is also a boxer. He's boxed a few times, and he boxed on Saturday and actually took his first L in the ring. And we're gonna get back to that, because that is a whole other drama that I think is just insane, that is kind of going under the radar, at least as of now. But he gets there, and his brother loses, and surprise, surprise, we see Ryan Garcia being escorted from the arena. And then if you think Ryan Garcia learned anything from this situation, I think the tweet he put out next is proof. Skipped rehab for this shit. Obviously, Ryan Garcia is still treating this like a joke, even though I do kind of find that tweet a little bit funny. He's still making a joke of it, clearly not a joke. And like I said, Ryan Garcia really just needs some professional help, but I'm just gonna talk about this last story. So then Ryan Garcia the next day goes on to reveal that apparently that Sean Garcia's opponent actually used Ryan's former strength and conditioning coach, and Ryan kind of looked at this as a betrayal because apparently he's close with their family. Ryan Garcia has paid him millions of dollars, which Ryan Garcia goes on to kind of claim like this is Ryan Garcia doing some sort of good thing. Like, you paid your strength and conditioning coach. Like, I don't really think you should be praised for that, but Ryan Garcia, of course, is not in any state to be making any arguments. But apparently both Garcia brothers went to the coach's work, and the brothers apparently tried to fight him. He called the cops, tried to get both guys out, and yeah, they posted on Twitter. Yes, Ryan Garcia posted this on Twitter telling the full story, the story that I'm telling you.
So my strength and conditioning coach, that's been my strength and conditioning coach for years, one man that I paid millions of dollars to. We won't get into that. He just called the police on my brother when my brother was just defending himself because of the betrayal. So he decided to train Amado Vargas.
Like, Ryan Garcia is probably a lawyer's worst nightmare. But that's pretty much where we are right now. Actually, no, I gotta look right now because this story just keeps going on and on. Let me go check my phone right now. Guys, look, at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia clearly is suffering with something, and whether you like him or not, and obviously I would assume most people would probably not like him at this point, the guy cheated his opponent and now has come out with just racist comments. Ryan Garcia, I do feel bad for him, but at the same time, he is a grown man. I don't know, it's a tough situation. I just hope Ryan Garcia does have some sort of good comeback where he comes back, and maybe there is some elements of this persona that he can take for the future and for his future fights, but I definitely hope he takes these toxic traits and just leaves them in the past. Because Ryan Garcia, like I said, the fact that he was able to beat Devin Haney, and I understand he was on a banned substance, but the fact that he was able to do it, keep in mind, with alcohol in his system throughout the training camp, and some of the stuff that I have heard about his training camp is absolutely insane. So the fact that he was able to beat Devin Haney really shows that he does have some promise and that he actually could probably be good if he just stuck with it and stopped with all this BS. He is tainting his legacy, and it's sad to see, and it's sad to see people around him just ignore it for money. Ryan is surrounded by yes men. There's no good men in his corner, and that is why he is where he is right now. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys check out my last video where I talked about the Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis fight and the press conference that just happened, as well as a video that I think you guys might enjoy about Logan Paul and Bradley Martin just cringing at that situation. That video is over there as well. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.